Here's my tiny car. It's gonna be a hero once fuel is $5 a gallon. It's a hero now. The last time I filled up on fuel on this car was February 4. Today is March 18, 2021. 47-mile range according to the computer. I'm on the last block of fuel. Traveled 300 miles, 36 miles per gallon, and I've only been driving to work. So I drive this car to work 3 times a week, no errands. My job is 10 miles away, so 20 miles a day when I drive to work. So if I just went to work and drove this car every day to work, that's 3 weeks worth of driving to work for 300 miles. I'm going to go ahead and top off right now. About to top off now. 38 miles of range, down to 35.7 miles per gallon. 301.8 miles traveled. The Pilot is only 1.8 miles away from my job. Alright, here we go. Topping off now. 368 for 87. 418 for 91. 91 recommended, 87 minimum. I gotta go with the 91. 9.275 gallons added, $38.85. 35.7 miles per gallon according to the trip computer. Actual fuel economy 32.53. So this was predicting too high. 9.2 gallons. So at that last block of fuel I had 1.3 gallons left, 10.5 gallon tank. I predict fuel is going to get up to $5 a gallon here in California by the summer, $4 a gallon in other states. The good thing about this tiny car is that if I only took it to work, I only drive 300 miles every 3 weeks, 100 miles a week. So every 3 weeks, even at $6 a gallon, I'll be at under $60 every 3 weeks to get to work. So as fuel goes up, I'm going to drive this car to work more. Right now I'm driving it 3 days a week to work. I'm probably going to up it to 4. And once fuel is $5 a gallon, I'm taking only this car to work. 32 miles per gallon, I behaved with this tank of fuel. The only thing I didn't behave on was yesterday, and of course I didn't have my dash cam on. But there was a Silverado RST. I was at the last 3 lights going to work. There's a Silverado RST. It kept taking off and burning rubber at every light. So I caught him at a light side by side, and I said, "Yo, I'll give you a run." I don't know what's in this thing. I don't know anything about Colorado RSTs, or Colorado Silverado RSTs. So I give him a run. By 60 miles per hour, he was about 2.5 cars ahead of me. He was faster than me. I don't care if I lose anymore. I'm just a fan of cars, and you know, that thing sounded good, so I wanted to give him a run. This Abarth does 0 to 60 in about 6.8 seconds, according to the magazine, 6.9 seconds. So this RST looks like it was doing it in about 6.5, and that's really good for a pickup these days. And I remember, you know, I'm a kid of the 90s, born in the 80s. I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s. I remember the Silverado SS, the 90s one with the 454. That was doing 0 to 60 in like 7.5, and that was fast. And then the first really fast pickup was the, well, there was the Cyclone too. The Cyclone was doing it in 5 seconds. I think it was actually doing it in 4.5. That thing was really fast for the 90s. But then there was the Lightning, F-150 Lightning, and that was doing it in 5.4 back in 99. So just pickups doing 0 to 60 in like 6.5 now, 5 seconds, they're fast. So I wanted to catch this guy at the light again and tell him good job, but he didn't want to look at me. He rolled up his windows and he didn't want to look at me at the light. Maybe he got mad. Maybe he didn't think my tiny little car would do as well as it did. So I looked up the RST when I got home. They're 270 horsepower to 420, depending on the engine. I don't know what he had. I wanted to ask him what he had in his RST, but he didn't want to look at me at the next light.